kind of knew that I was clingy and not really able to be on my own, always needing somebody, always needing to be in a relationship, always needing a man in my life. But it wasn't until this relationship with Limbs that I really was able to see, and it hasn't even been, it wasn't even in the beginning. Like in the beginning when he first dumped me, I still didn't really clearly understand my behavior, and I don't completely now either, but I'm able to see, I'm able to be a little bit more self-aware now. I have been single for almost 4 months now, just about, I think in a couple of days it's going to be like 4 months. So I have learned that being alone is one of the best things that could have ever happened to me. All I know is that I needed some way to feel better, and the only way I knew how to feel better was to jump into another relationship. That's the only thing I've ever done, is to look for some outside source to give me that fulfillment and validation that I needed. There are my obsessive tendencies in relationships due to my BPD. Use this opportunity to find happiness for myself, by myself, and I fucking done it. And yeah, I did go on a date with someone, dated someone very briefly, but I quickly realized that I didn't want to be in a relationship with anybody else, and I didn't really have anything to give to someone. I don't have a favorite person. I am not attached to anyone. I'm just at a point now where I am totally fine being on my own, and I feel like happy and secure in myself, and I'm not just gonna give it away to any guy who shows me attention. I just don't really feel like I'm interested in dating anyone really right now. I'm just not ready to go back out there yet. I'm still just working on myself and kind of enjoying that, enjoying being alone right now. But also, it's gonna have to be somebody really special that I really have a connection with before I would date again. I no longer need another person, and it is the most liberating feeling that I have ever experienced. I don't feel any kind of need for him or any other person in my life, which is amazing. If I ever get in another relationship in the future, years down the line, and I start feeling myself, have those kind of favorite person feelings towards somebody, I'm just gonna back off. I'm not gonna do it ever again. My goal right now is to learn how to be happy, and happy by myself, independent and self-sufficient for real. And then after a while, he eventually asked me out and wanted to take me to dinner, wanted to get my number and all that, and I said no. So I just said, no thanks, I'm not really interested in dating, and that was that. And I can't believe that I was able to do that, but I'm no longer in that place. I would rather be alone than spend my time with somebody that I don't care for. Everything I need, I can give myself, and you are gonna have to be somebody really, really special. You're gonna have to be able to give me more than I can give myself before I would even consider dating you. And I feel like when I do get back out there, which, like I said, it could be years. I'm not trying to say I'm about to start dating in the next week. The old Cindy, before I did all this work on myself, would have just glommed onto this guy because he gave me a lot of attention and he was really into me and he was super sweet. We had so much in common. I really liked him as a person. So old me would have just glommed onto that and he probably would have already been living here. And I never want to go back to codependence. And I don't think that I ever will, because now I understand what being free and independent and happy and like my own whole person really feels like. I never want to go back to that place of codependence and like relying on somebody else for my emotional well-being. That is a terrible place to be. Started hanging out with like I have these friends that are two couples, right? And then me and then another guy that's also single. And we were just like all been hanging out together for a couple of weekends. And we just kind of like really hit it off. And at first I didn't really think anything of it. But it just, I don't know, we just started to like really get along. We have a whole lot in common. I really like this guy. We actually already went out on a date this weekend. We already went out on a date on Saturday. So we've been hanging out in like a group setting for a couple of weeks, right? And at first I just, I thought he was really nice and stuff. Like we were just, like I didn't think anything like more than us just like hanging out as friends. But I don't know, something happened, you guys. Something happened between us, and I say dating. Like we've been on one date, we're going on another date tonight. Like I don't want to say we're officially dating, you know what I mean? It's just very, very different. I don't want to put a label on it at all. I don't want to rush into anything. I'm just saying, like, I found somebody that I like spending time with, and we spent time together last weekend, and we're gonna go out tonight. We're going bowling tonight. Don't know how it's gonna end up. I barely know it. We've only hung out a couple of times. I am officially dating someone again, and I'm gonna tell you all about it. On Saturday night, we went on an official date together, and it has been amazing. We went on another date on Wednesday night, then we went out again yesterday on Thursday, and we are going out again tonight. This guy is incredible. He is absolutely perfect for me. We kind of just like stumbled into each other. I don't know, guys. We just hit it off so well. He is so freaking awesome. He's like the coolest person I've met in a really long time, and he has pretty much everything I'm looking for in another person, and we just have been spending so much time together, and it's been awesome. I guess we've only been going on dates, like officially, for the past week now, and we've already gone out like 4 times. I'm not in the place where I'm putting any labels on it or anything, but we're just spending time together and not seeing any other people. He has a really good job. He owns his own house. He's super stable, super smart, has a college degree, so we have so freaking much in common. He's super outgoing, charismatic. He's everything that I want. He's fun, he's adventurous, we have a great time together, and he's just one of those people, like, I can talk to him about anything and I don't feel judged, and he like gets all the crazy shit that I like to talk about. We're talking about the nature of the universe and God and quantum physics like late into the night, and we just had like this instant connection, and I really like him. And I think this really has the potential to be like my next long-term relationship. Although most likely we'll probably be hanging out all weekend. I'm not saying I would never live with somebody again in the future. I'm saying where I am right now, I don't want to. I want to continue my independence because it's helping me a lot. And I enjoy it. I just enjoy having my own space, my own time. I don't want to merge my life with somebody again. I'm not ready for that. I want somebody who has their own life, their own shit going on, and then we can just like spend time together. You know what I mean? That's what I'm looking for. I do want my own life and space. I learned that in my last relationship, and even the last guy that I dated, like I learned what I want and what I don't want as far as space. And like, yeah, I need a lot of space. I need a lot of space, and I need a lot of freedom and like independence, and I just don't want that. I hear you've been dating Cindy.
Been dating Cindy, yeah.
I just want you to know she's gonna grift her way into your house. No, he does not live at home with his parents, William. He owns his own house. How do you like them apples?
Oh, What do you mean she's gonna grift her way out?
She's gonna grift her way right in. She's
Oh.
gonna sink her claws into you.
I'll welcome the claws.
And I've got some big news. That's right, you read the title correct. Ted and I are moving in together. Well, actually, I'm moving in with him.
Life truly imitates art, doesn't it? Or is it the other way around? Either way, one thing never disappoints, and that's a new entertaining episode of Life Plus Cindy. Every time I start to believe she is just a real person simply filming her life, I am reminded that her content cannot possibly be anything else but an AI-generated telenovela, because thinking otherwise just doesn't quite make sense. So, here we are, after months of healing, after consciously shifting our reality and simply choosing to be happy and healed of BPD. We are back where we started. Dependence, jumping into a relationship unreasonably fast, favorite person, the whole package. Now, after about 2 months of knowing this guy, Cindy is convinced that completely separate from her borderline personality disorder, of course, the universe simply wanted her to meet the one, and it is completely healthy and normal to move in together. After all the musings about how wonderful it feels to be independent, after saying she isn't sure if she ever wants to give up her apartment and her space, Cindy found a guy who I unfortunately think has the potential to be as easily manipulated as Andrew was, and so Ted became our new favorite person. Copying his hobbies, personality and interests included. It would be a lie to say I ever believed Cindy really was healing, but her not completely going ballistic after Limbs broke up with her was a good sign. Yes, she went way too overboard and obsessive around healing and being spiritual, including the delusional conviction that she healed herself simply from shifting realities and deciding so. But it was something, you know? But we see time and time again that no matter what she says, this woman is unfortunately just not willing to change or actually go through the hard parts of healing at all. Like she says herself, we are once again back in the same old cycle. And once again, we don't see the forest for the trees.
Into a new relationship made me be able to see my actual cycle of what I do when I get attached to somebody. And the time and when things go south is when I attach those favorite person kind of codependent feelings onto somebody, when I become unhealthily attached to them. And I do it to every single person I become romantically involved with. We have the same views on spirituality and just life in general. We both kind of have a little fuck you rebellious spirit within us, so we're kind of compatible in that way. I'm not sure if that's always going to be a good thing. But I don't know, y'all, it's just one of the best relationships I've ever had so far. I know it's still very new, we've only been together for about 2 months now, but compared to previous relationships in my life, throughout my life, this has definitely been one of the best ones I've had. It feels right to me, it feels healthy to me in a way that other relationships haven't. I feel like for the first time in my life, I really have a good handle on it, I really have it under control. I'm not having BPD episodes anymore, I'm not attaching myself to anyone as a favorite person, even though I love Ted, he's awesome. I don't get all weird if he leaves for a while, I don't feel that separation anxiety I used to feel. I trust him completely, I don't feel any insecurity within myself or within our relationship at all, this is the first time ever, and maybe that is why this feels like the best relationship, because I don't have that inner insecurity that I'm projecting out into the relationship and making it awful because of all of my bullshit. I'm just not doing that, and I don't feel the need to do that. And I think it's, as I've said before, a combination of all the work I've done on myself, finding that security and validation and fulfillment and happiness within myself before I got into a relationship, and then also just being with somebody that is just so fucking compatible with me. Everything just worked out. I did the work on myself, and now I'm finally in a happy, healthy relationship, and I can't tell you guys how good that feels for me. And I still do feel like this has the potential to be a long-term relationship for us. We're already starting to talk about future plans and stuff, so I don't know where it's gonna go, but right now I'm just enjoying it for what it is and learning as much as I can about myself and how to be in a relationship with somebody. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I'm so happy, and I'm pretty sure that I'm in love. So, and I do it to every single person I become romantically involved with.
Before anyone even says this, moving in with someone quickly is not necessarily a red flag. I would say that 2 to 3 months after knowing their existence definitely is on the very border of being a red flag, even for a healthy couple. But I get it. Some people move in together fast for various reasons, and it works. They stay together for years or decades. Hell, even me and my partner moved in together fairly quickly. But the difference here is the details. It absolutely isn't healthy or okay to move in with someone this quickly when you have a history of very serious toxic BPD behaviors. It isn't healthy when you have an intense history of codependency. And honestly, it isn't very safe in general as well. By giving up her apartment, her space, Cindy is giving up her safety to a man who she has known for 3 months. When these two inevitably break up, which they will, she will once again be left with nothing. This time, she won't have her apartment, her space, her independency. You really would have thought that Cindy would learn. After her experiences, after hundreds of people giving her advice or their own experiences in the comments after the breakup with Andrew, and after so much of alleged therapy. But no. Of course not. So let's fucking go and look at the mess of the videos that came out since my last video on Ted and Cindy. Trigger warning, the BPD symptoms really are out there, and it's actually kind of sad.
So Ted and I obviously have decided to move in together, and I couldn't be more happy or excited about this. It's going to be a huge change, and you know, of course I am a little bit nervous about it, but we've had long discussions about any fears that we have, any issues that we have, and we both just feel like it's the right thing for us. I've never met anybody that is such a good match for me, and I'm really looking forward to having like a real partner in my life again.
This is such a favorite person coded speech. The complete idealization, the absolute lack of sense. What does it mean they talked about it? Does that mean they both fully realized the implications of this change? Did they really consider if moving in together after like 2 months of dating, considering Cindy's mental health issues and history, might not be the smartest decision? And how does having a real partner sit on you living with them? You can see from every single video since the interrogation bit where she introduced Ted that he's been with Cindy day and night. The two are basically inseparable, just like Cindy and Lims were, and just like Cindy and Andrew were. The pattern is clearly here. It is the absolute same thing, but neither of these two adults seem to grasp it at all, and that's damn boring.
And we stay together every single night anyway, so we were just like, what are we doing? Why are we paying bills on 2 places? We might as well just like stay together. And so yeah, I'm going to be moving into his house, moving out of my apartment. The plan is that I am going to be moving out by the end of September, so that gives us about less than 5 weeks.
Genuinely, was that something you and Ted thought of? Or was it a perfect excuse you came up with and brought up as a way to convince him to move in? I know it sounds mean, and I honestly don't care. Ted seems like a simple person, easily manipulated, easily controlled, especially by someone who admitted that manipulation is in their nature. I have serious doubts about who so excitedly proposed this and why.
Also, we have to get his house ready because he was a single guy who owned his own house that has basically been used as a storage unit and a shop for the past 3 years because he was traveling and on the road, so he would never stay there very long. So it basically looks like a motorcycle shop in there. So we've got to organize all of his stuff, which we've already been working on. And we're even going to get a storage unit until we get this shed built so that he has some place to like put, because he's like building a bike from scratch and he's got like engines and shit everywhere. So we're going to get a storage unit to move all of his stuff in that he doesn't need like on a daily basis. And then until we get the shed built, and then we'll move it back.
Huh. Well, that's convenient. I'm sure he's really happy about throwing all his shit he doesn't need or use into a storage unit.
And that was his idea too. He was like totally willing to do this for me to come there and be with him and live with him in his house. And I just think it's so sweet. Like I told him, I was like, I don't want to be the kind of person that comes in and like get all your shit out of here. But he was like, no, it's no problem at all. Until the shed gets built, we'll just move it into storage, and that way you can have your stuff here.
Yes, guys, just so you know, guys, this was all totally Ted's idea.
And I have to tell y'all, the cutest thing I have ever seen in my life is Ted's excitement. And we're just like going through his stuff, like his little junk drawers and his closets, and just his excitement and showing me all of his little things, all of his little treasures, stuff that he's found and like brought home from his travels because he's been all over the country, stuff that means something to him, and just like telling me the stories behind these things. When we were going through his literal kitchen junk drawer, I swear to God, I just feel so deeply in love with this man because he has this ability to see like beauty and usefulness in things that most people don't see, and just the little things that are meaningful to him. Just make me love him so much. I don't know. He has such a unique and like positive outlook on life in general, and just this made me see it so clearly. And that talent doesn't just apply to things either. It also applies to people because obviously he sees a beauty and usefulness in me that maybe a lot of people don't see. He really is able to like see into the soul of people and appreciate them for who they are. He's never tried to change me or anybody else. He just meets people where they are and respects them, and it's just like he's such an awesome person.
Oh my god. She's going to utterly destroy this man, isn't she?
There are times when I feel a little scared because I'm giving up my apartment. This has been my space for the past 1.5 years where I've lived alone. I've had all the say, and it's been, you know, my personal space, and now I'm going to be merging my life with another person. And I don't know, I feel like this is right. This feels so right to me. And I'm so happy and excited that this is going to happen. I don't want to merge my life with somebody again. I'm not ready for that. I want somebody who has their own life, their own shit going on, and then we can just like spend time together. You know what I mean? That's what I'm looking for.
Just pointing out that this clip is from like 3 months ago. Yep. The next few travel vlogs from Cindy are pretty uninteresting if I'm honest, but there is one thing I'd like to mention. Something interesting we noticed once again is that on all these long hour journeys, who do you think we see driving? Is it Miss Independent Cindy? Or did she, just like with Andrew and like with Lims, somehow ended up in the passenger seat once again?
This morning, we stayed out really late last night on Beale Street and had a great time. We stayed out too late, probably drank too much, and now it's 11 o'clock and we are headed back. We just checked out of the hotel. We are headed out of Memphis and back to Hot Springs, and our trip is over. We had a great time. Did you have fun, Sad? We got to see all kinds of things in Memphis, St. Louis, and Chicago, and I don't know, I think Beale Street might have been my favorite thing that we did. It was so cool down there. What was your favorite thing, Ted?
I don't know, I like medieval times. I like the Buddy Guys in Chicago.
Oh yeah, that was awesome.
But yeah, Beale Street is fun.
We decided to stop over at Ted's house to drop off the meat and the dogs because we're bringing the dogs with us since we're going to be gone for I don't know how long this whole thing is going to take us. So yeah, and I want to thank Lodane again for this wonderful IKEA bag because I got all of the meat, all of the dog supplies, everything I was going to bring over here in this bag. And I love these freaking bags. Thank you, Lodane. So we're going to unload all the meat into Ted's brand new refrigerator over here.
Still has the tape on it even.
But just in case you were wondering, this is what Ted's kitchen looks like.
Shanty.
It is not a shanty. Your kitchen is nice. The cabinets are really nice. The floor is not done yet. Ted has been redoing the tile on the floor, and he ran out of tile. So there's like this little area over here is not done. And then
Shanty.
quit calling it a shanty. It's not a shanty. Okay, now they can see into your shanty motorcycle room.
Look, I love me some DIY. I love painting and building furniture and would do more if I had the space for any kind of workstation. But boy, you can tell Ted has been doing these tiles by himself. And I know that criticizing visuals of things is usually not what I'm about, but God, am I gonna miss Cindy's apartment. It's so nice and airy, while this house is, well, let's just say that I've seen some crack houses that look similar.
The house is basically like a shop and storage unit, as I told you guys before, because Ted has rarely lived here in the 3 years he's owned this house and has basically just used it to store all of his motorcycle stuff. So we got a lot of work to do, but we are going to be living in this house together, and we're going to finish the floor. He's already painted the kitchen this very bright green color, which I think is going to look nice with all of my red mushroom stuff.
Oh my god, I hate the green. My minimalist perfectionist ass could never. Also, I love the we're gonna be living in this house together bit. The more you say it, the faster Ted will get used to this new reality, I guess. And again, I sure will miss the old lovely airy apartment.
So because Ted, I don't know if I've talked about this in my public vlogs yet or not, but Ted is doing carnivore with me for 60 days. He's committing to it.
Huh, what does this remind me of? It's almost like when Cindy made Andrew get on her diet. I can't remember if it was carnivore or keto or paleo at the time. No, because that's what you do to your partner. Make them get on your extremely restrictive diet because you can't handle being on it by yourself and watch them eat normally. So of course it's their responsibility to completely change their eating habits to please you, especially after my last video about Cindy's diet, where she said several times that carnivore is not good for everyone, but is for her because of her specific hormonal issues, which, as we established, is not true. I would love to see any other reason for Ted to go carnivore besides, like I said, she would rather control his eating habits than live next to him and deal with her cravings. This is quite honestly like if I force my partner to become vegetarian because I don't eat meat and I can't handle seeing him eat it or having it in the house. If you are someone like that, this is entirely your problem. A good partner doesn't push their own shit on their other half. But, of course, Cindy isn't known to be the most selfless person, so I'll be really surprised. And Ted being Ted is happy to go along with it, I guess.
So, Ted is doing carnivore with me for 60 whole days, aren't you, Ted?
I started it this morning. I ate bacon and eggs, and that's all I've ate all day. So
Yeah, I'm explaining to Ted the intricacies of the carnivore diet in which he can have no beer or sugary drinks.
yeah, I don't drink that much beer anyway.
I know, yeah. You ready to eat?
Yeah, I'm hungry. I'm ready to eat all of it.
Here you go, fork and knife. All right, tell me how it is after you eat some. How is everything, Ted?
Yeah, it was good. The eggs are good, and then it's like cheese filled and the brats.
They're good.
It is.
And look, I'm sorry, but does this man just not seem like the type of person that does literally anything you fucking tell him to do? Look at him. He's like some developmentally stunted golden retriever that's just happy to be included. And at this point, I feel seriously bad about Cindy just taking advantage.
We are back at Ted's house and we're about to start working on the laundry room, y'all. So, this is where the washer and dryer is. Now, Ted is going to get rid of this washer and dryer. We're going to sell it and we're going to keep mine because mine's just a little bit better than these. So we are getting rid of these. We're going to clean them up. There are some motorcycle tires in here that we're going to be bringing to storage today. And this is going to actually be my closet because this house was built in 1940 and it only has one tiny little closet in the bedroom. So this part of the house is actually an addition that was built on, and Ted just has like all of his junk in here. So he's gonna go through this, whatever he wants to keep, we're gonna take to storage, and then he's gonna be putting up these shelves so I can hang my clothes in here.
Ah, yes. Lovingly referring to your partner's stuff as junk. Y'all, I just don't understand why she is moving in with this guy into his house that is barely livable instead of staying in her apartment. I love me some fixer-upper, but this is just wild. And completely Cindy because, of course, it makes sense only in the Cindyverse.
Now this room, this is the second bedroom technically, and it is Ted's shop, basically. It has all of his motorcycle stuff in it, and this is going to be my office, so we're going to be going through and cleaning out all of this stuff.
That shouldn't be too bad.
I don't think it'll be too bad. He does have a lot of stuff in here. He's got like some welding stuff, a bunch of tools, motorcycle parts, but like all of this, most of this can go to storage.
The entitlement and just disregard for that shit is crazy to me, man. Like, it seems like she just doesn't care for his hobby at all. This seems to be main thing he likes to do and is interested in, and Cindy just couldn't get rid of it all fast enough. Get all this shit out of Ted's house and into a storage unit because Cindy needs her. Honestly, this is the sort of content I would usually don't really love. I fucking eat up moving vlogs and decluttering vlogs and all that shit. I would love stuff like this before I knew who Cindy was. Without the context of this being a mentally ill woman who doesn't want to get help, is moving in with the guy she's been dating for nearly 3 months, and is going to take over his life and consume him and suck him dry. Without it, this would be a lovely decoration/cleaning vlog. Unfortunately, it is much more than that.
Hey guys, welcome to another vlog. So today is a very exciting day because I am going to get my very first tattoo. I've chosen to do my left forearm, and I'm getting quite a large tattoo. It's going to be, I think, maybe my whole forearm right here. And I have to leave in about an hour. I'm super excited, but also feeling a little bit nervous at this point. Just because I don't know what to expect, and this is something that's permanently going to be on my body, but I have thought about this for years, and I finally decided to go for it. I picked out a really cool design that I love so much, and I picked out an artist that I know is going to be able to do this style well. I really like the traditional American style of tattoo, and so that's what I'm going to be going with.
First thing I gotta say, I think that older people getting tattoos is awesome. Never too late to just do whatever the fuck you want. As a heavily tattooed person here, hi, hello, I would have no issue with this. Cindy has been talking about getting a tattoo for a while, but there are a few things that are a bit concerning. First, impulsivity. As we know, impulsivity is a big thing for people with BPD. Does Cindy have this under control? Not really, especially recently. Secondly, starting with a huge forearm tattoo as your first ever piece is not a very good idea. Obviously, people go stupid and get their hands or chest tattooed first because they want the visibility, but obviously it isn't the best. Thirdly, I find it pretty important to mention that Cindy suddenly decided to bite the bullet and get her first tattoo while dating her super duper potential long-term relationship Mr. Ted, who has a bunch of American traditional tattoos. Coincidence? Normal? Again, perhaps, in some situations, but I have this clip that is literally just a couple months old where Cindy indeed talks about wanting a forearm tattoo, but a completely different style and motif than what she ends up getting.
But I have considered just like starting on my forearm, and the first tattoo I'd want to get is the phases of the moon.
Changing your mind on a tattoo is no big deal. The problem here is that you really should let it sit for a bit before permanently putting shit on your skin. You know, especially since just a few months ago you wanted something else. But I have a bad feeling that Ted wanted to get a new tat in his style, and Cindy, having slowly morphing into his other half through her style and personality, just had to join and feel closer to Ted. So suddenly, now she loves American traditional style, and she got this tattoo. Anyway, let's have a look at it.
I found, like I said, a really good artist that does this style very well, and I booked this appointment about a month ago, and I've just been like so excited for it, and it's finally here. Ted is going with me. He's taking off work early to come with me for support because I need him, but also if there's any walk-in artists available, he might get a tattoo while we're there too. We'll see how it goes. Outside of the tattoo shop, and I love that tattoo. I love that painting as a tattoo. So this is the old rose, and we're about to go in. You ready to get a tattoo?
Yeah, if they got something open. I've been in here before.
Yeah. Y'all, I did it. It was super, super painful, but I did it. Holy crap. Let me try to show you. It looks so amazing, and I love it so much, but it's wrapped up in plastic right now, so I can't like fully show it to you, but I will show it to you tomorrow. I gotta leave this wrap on for 18 hours. Ted also got a tattoo, you guys. He got the candle burning at both ends, like squeezed in here between his other two tattoos. So I'll show you guys that one when he takes his wrap off too. Was yours painful?
No, it wasn't bad at all. This
Really?
was a pretty easy spot.
Whew, mine hurt like hell. But it was worth it.
I mean, it felt like a tattoo.
Well, this was my first experience. I didn't know it was gonna hurt that
Oh,
bad.
yeah.
I'm not quite ready. He told me to leave this on for 18 hours. I'm gonna leave it on close. But here in a little bit when I unwrap it and wash it, I will show it to you guys. But it is badass. He told me that I was in the top 3 best first tattoos that he's ever done, like as far as me being able to sit and handle it. He was like, he told Ted, he was like, man, don't let anybody give her any shit. She sat through that like a champ. So yeah, I did. I told myself going in, no matter what, no matter how much it hurts, no matter what it feels like, I'm just gonna sit there and take it. I'm not gonna chance like jerking away or fucking up my tattoo in some way. I'm just gonna handle it. And I did.
Girl, I'm sorry, but you are praising yourself for the bare minimum. I told myself I wouldn't jerk away to ruin the tattoo. Well, I sure fucking hope you would, and that 99% of people who get tattooed do. I get it. Getting a first tattoo is an awesome feeling. But we really are putting the bar on the ground here. And the thing she said her tattoo artist told her is pretty ridiculous as well. He either tells that to every newbie or he's just nice because, come on. I've been tattooed so many times and spent hours in studios and never had people flinching, crying or screaming the room down. So again, I think the bar is very low and we don't need to praise ourselves in this situation. This really gives a 14-year-old feeling cool for not crying when getting their ears pierced.
I'm here in the bathroom and I'm about to take the bandage off. So you're technically supposed to leave it on. I've read all different kinds of advice on how long you're supposed to leave the bandage on. My shop says 18 hours. It hasn't quite been 18 hours. It's been like, what, 14 hours? So I'm gonna go ahead and take it off because I have to get ready. And I think it'll be okay. Ted took his off last night.
Please, especially as a tattoo newbie, please listen to your artist's aftercare instructions. If they say to leave it for 18 hours, leave it on for 18 fucking hours and not 14. And especially don't take it off in the middle of the night like Ted did.
Oh my god, do you see that? I've still got like some marks from the tape on my arm, but look how beautiful this is. It's incredible. Here's what it looks like from my perspective. It's just incredible, and it hurts so bad around the wrist. Oh my god, that was the most painful part, and it kind of wraps around the feathers there.
I've got to admit here, I've got to say, I'm pleasantly surprised at the quality of the tattoo. It's a pretty standard traditional American, but the technique and the color saturation and all that looks pretty good. Same with Ted's tattoos actually, which I would have expected to be pretty crappy, but they seem good quality. I know a lot of people on the Snark sub are of the opinion that it doesn't really fit Cindy at all. I'm kind of torn on that. It mostly fits her aesthetic pretty well, but whether or not it actually fits her as a person and feels authentic is arguable. At the end of the day, it is on her skin and she claims she loves it, so I will keep my mouth shut. At least until a possible laser removal vlogs after the breakup with Ted.
Hey guys, welcome to another vlog. So it's Friday morning and I'm getting ready to, well, I have two things I have to do today. First of all, Ted and I are going over to the Neon Springs tattoo shop, which is where he gets a lot of his tattoos done. And since today is Friday the 13th, they are having a special where you can get a tattoo for $31 of some of the little 13 flash. So he and I are going to go over there and see about getting on the list to do that, which yes, that means I'm getting 2 tattoos in 2 days, okay? I don't know what's wrong with me, but it's too good of a deal to pass up. If we can get on the list, we're going to go do it.
Yeah, I think it might be the BPD, babe. Like, trust me, I get it. When I was 17 and got my first tattoo, with parental permission, yes, I also wanted a shit ton more. It's kind of a new sense of euphoria you get and can get easily addicted to. But the difference here is that most normal people would try to hold back and think with their head. You know, not to just get more random tattoos straight away. If I got all the tattoos I sporadically wanted when I was young, I would be covered in a lot of crappy tattoos. Which, well, let's say I might be foreshadowing here.
I don't know where I'm going to get the tattoo yet, but not on this forearm because I have plans for that. So I'm thinking maybe like on the outer side of my wrist right here. They had a bunch of cute little 13 tattoos. They had like a skull and a mushroom and a gravestone. Those are the ones I'm kind of thinking about getting. We'll see. Y'all, well, we got our Friday the 13th tattoos, but they're wrapped up. Yeah, so I got mine on the top of my arm. Ted took his wrapping off. Ted got the lips, y'all.
Ted is an absolute menace. Taking the wrap off a completely fresh tattoo like that on the street is seriously giving me some anxiety right now.
Hi, Ted.
Oh, you're filming?
Yeah.
I'm smoking and drinking.
You're smoking and drinking?
Yeah.
You fucking degenerate.
It's just the worst things you can do to yourself.
It is. It's true.
But also, you can have a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And I never got to show you guys my new tattoo since it's like unwrapped and cleaned and everything. So here's what it looks like. It's a little 13. Let me show you a better angle. There it is. It's a little 13 horseshoe. So people were asking me the meaning of my raven tattoo. And honestly, it doesn't have any meaning besides I just like ravens and roses. This one has more meaning to it. And that's because 13 is my lucky number. I know I've said that before. And horseshoes for good luck. So yeah, this is just my little Friday the 13th tattoo that I got. I'm going to get another one in December. There's going to be another Friday the 13th where they're doing $31 tattoos. So I'm going to go get another little one then.
Okay, so not as much praise about this one. I guess you get what you pay for $31 tattoo. Once someone on the Snark sub said it looks like a toilet seat, I really can't unsay it. As a horseshoe, it's bad. It's kind of uneven. The shading on the red is really weird and it looks like the color is not that saturated either, and it will probably fade pretty significantly. The top right corner of the number 3 is super close to the line of the horseshoe, which will bleed together after it ages a little bit. Just in general, really don't get the artistic rendition of the horseshoe here. Just why? But hey, since Cindy is now 100% in her tattooed biker girl white trash persona, we will get more of these interesting creations to see in the future. So, yay.
I think that I was starting to really fall in love with him, to really feel genuine love for him. So I made him my favorite person, and that's when the toxicity began. I started needing him to fulfill me, when in truth, he never should have been placed in that role. It happened at about 3 to 4 months, like the first time that we broke up. That's when I had started to kind of transfer those favorite person, obsessive, codependent feelings onto him. I started to have real feelings of love for him, but instead of just building on that, continuing to get to know him and grow the relationship, I instead started with the insecurity, the codependency, the looking to him to fulfill my emotional needs, making him responsible for my emotions and my problems, and becoming obsessed with the idea of him filling that role for me. Then I started to feel like I needed him to survive, that if he left I would lose everything because I had made him my entire world. If he left, I would have nothing. And when he left, I did have nothing. So then I acted frantically to try and get him to love me, take me back, continue filling that hole that I tried to cram him into. But no one ever fits into that hole, and nothing ever fills it. It's just a black hole inside me that sucks up all the light, and anytime I try to put somebody in there, it sucks them dry.
And that's it for today, folks. This video was a little shorter update on how our queen is doing. In short, still not healed of BPD, still acting on her worst impulses, Andrew 2.0 is fully under construction, and we will see where this mess leads us, won't we? Stay sane out there.
So that was a fucking lie.
Yo, I was so close. I was literally finishing editing this damn video when Cindy decided to post, and goddamn, it's another masterpiece that I just had to include. So this video will be a little longer, but definitely a lot funnier. I'm really getting the snark out in this video after having to make kind of serious educational one on her diet, so yeah.
Hey y'all, welcome to another vlog. Today I am sharing what's been working for me to cut way back on how much alcohol I drink. For most of my life, I was not a big drinker. I would drink occasionally, maybe a couple times a year, on vacations, holidays, special occasions, birthdays, you know, maybe once every couple months I would have a drink.
Oh boy. This is just too fucking good. I don't even know where to start. This whole video is full of these like dramatic reenactments and it's killing me. I will make a short montage of them because they're fucking priceless. But first, let's get serious and listen to what Cindy has to say.
But for the past year and a half, my life has been in a huge transitional phase, and I started to use alcohol to cope with the changes, to relax, to have fun, and even as a way to express my emotions more easily to the people in my life. I know that alcohol has become kind of a crutch for me. I'm not a daily drinker by any means, but I do drink pretty much every single weekend, and even on the weekdays sometimes if I had a rough day or something comes up, or even if I find some reason to celebrate, I may have a drink or two on the weeknights as well. But this is something that I really want to change to improve my mental and physical health, my productivity, and just my life in general.
Oh, well, isn't that something? You know, this truly is so damn interesting to me, considering how for so long, so many of us have been saying and warning Cindy how dependent on alcohol she's becoming, how she literally can't have a single night out or day out with her partners without getting pissed drunk, and we were told that we were delusional, that it isn't true, and that Cindy definitely doesn't have an alcohol problem. Well damn, it's so nice to be proven wrong. Too bad, it's in a typical gaslighty way as per usual for Cindy.
I started taking CBD gummies at night. At first I was skeptical that they would have any effect at all. I honestly thought that CBD was bullshit, a scam, snake oil, or at best just a placebo effect. But since I've been taking it, I have very little desire to drink alcohol anymore. I mean, it still sounds fun for occasional use. I'll still have a drink at a concert, date night, holiday, vacation, that kind of thing. But I'm not reaching for the bottle several times a week anymore.
I'm sorry, I just can't with these clips. The dramatic frown. The pouring out of the drink she just made only for this video. But hey, it's really nice that Cindy doesn't have a drink anymore. Unless she goes out, of course. Or it's on a holiday. Which she is on like a lot. Or she's celebrating something. Or is out with friends. Yeah. When it comes to the CBD gummies themselves, I have honestly nothing of value to say. I'm the most boring vanilla person you know in this. I don't drink any alcohol because I don't like the taste. I don't smoke. I smoked weed once in high school and I never tried anything else. I know fuck all about CBD or THC, besides that some people do use it to treat anxiety or other mental health issues. So for that, I think it is legit, but as always, with Cindy you gotta question everything.
So let me just talk briefly about some of the effects I've experienced. First of all, after about 30 to 45 minutes of taking a CBD gummy, I start feeling just relaxed, calm, uplifted, a little happier. It really does have a pronounced effect. I've been sleeping so much better too. This may also be due to not drinking as much, because obviously drinking less alcohol, you're gonna sleep better, but I swear to God, I'm getting the best sleep of my life on the CBD. So of course that means no grogginess, no hangovers. I wake up feeling refreshed and well rested and ready to go for my day. I can still get things done and I just feel better. I went to my local CBD shop and I bought these gummies. This is Sunmed Anytime watermelon gummies with live resin, broad spectrum hemp supplement. They contain 25 milligrams of CBD per gummy. And I've taken 1 or 2 a night, just every night over the past week or so. And I actually got the idea for trying this from an Instagram ad. I was just mindlessly scrolling on my phone one night and I saw this ad appear that said something like, do you need a break from alcohol? And the answer was yes. Yes, I do.
again, it's great to hear Cindy admit she has a fucking problem, even if it's after ignoring and gaslighting numerous well-meaning audience members for months and months about it. I want to quickly pop in here and talk about this affiliate concern. A lot of people in the comments are accusing Cindy of being sponsored by the gummy company because she linked them in the description, or being in the DBT gummy MLM, or asking her how much she got paid for this. And honestly, I completely understand people's issue with trusting Cindy, because so many times Cindy has lied or omitted the truth. So many times she has said that some of the products listed in the description might be affiliate links, when all of them were. But in this instance, I believe she's telling the truth. The first link in her description bar is about the law she mentions, and the link for the CBD gummies I personally checked and doesn't appear to be an affiliate. There are certain phrases you can look for in the raw link, and even in the code of the website the link takes you to. None of them give me any proof that it is an affiliate or that Cindy will get money. Of course, that is unless she was sponsored and paid for the video itself, which would be illegal to not disclose. So in this case, I think she's telling the truth, but people's reaction once again shows the broken relationship she has with her audience, and that if you lie more than once, your audience will completely lose any trust in what you say.
First, yes, I live in a state where recreational marijuana is not legal, but these gummies are completely legal because the THC is derived from hemp. So there was a law passed back in 2018, this is what the lady at the CBD store told me, that allowed hemp-derived THC products to be sold legally. So I ordered these in the mail, and you can too, no matter where you live, they are legal. Secondly, I am not affiliated with this company in any way, shape, or form. I bought these gummies with my own money to try for myself and give you guys honest feedback on how it's working for me. And finally, I just want to talk about THC and my experiences with THC in general. The effects that the company says that you may experience on these gummies: if you take one, you'll get calm and clarity. After 30 minutes, you'll feel calm and collected for 3 to 6 hours. Take 2 for elevated euphoria, work your way up to a euphoric evening while maintaining control. And take 3 for a damn good time. You'll be coasting and cackling while you melt away your worries. So I'm going to start out with 2, the medium dose, and we're going to see how that goes. Now, I know some people might think that I'm just trading one crutch for another. And I'll agree, there's some truth to that. But in the wise words of Third Eye Blind, I need something else to get me through this semi-charm kind of life.
This is such a Cindy response, isn't it? Some might say I'm just swapping one crutch for another, and they might be right, but I need another crutch. Like, yeah, you are swapping one crutch for another. And yes, you can slowly keep swapping them from the most unhealthy to the healthy ones, but when did that ever work? You went from alcohol to sleeping pills to alcohol to kava, remember that? To alcohol to now CBD. So like, why not work on why you need it instead? Cindy is supposedly so happy and in such a good place, and she's working on herself in therapy so hard, yet she literally cannot exist without booze or cigarettes or CBD. That's serious. That's not normal. To the point you maybe want to talk to your doctor before medicating yourself.
God damn it, I believe CBD is a much better alternative than alcohol for my mind, body, and soul. You see, I have always had a substance abuse problem. Even during those years when I rarely drank and never did drugs, I still had an addiction, and that addiction was food. Sugar, junk, processed carbs, I binged it all, and I gained 100 pounds over my ideal weight. This destroyed my physical health. As you can imagine, it exacerbated my polycystic ovarian syndrome, and it also decimated my self-esteem. So I decided to make a change in my life, and I did kick the food addiction. It's still there, but I have much better control over it. I went on a very low-carb diet to control my PCOS symptoms. I was able to lose the 100 pounds. Once I kicked the food addiction and lost the weight, I had nothing to fill that hole.
I love Cindy talking about her food issues like they are in the past, when you can literally see her flip-flop and fall into carb binges in my last video, which happened like a few months ago. But once again, Cindy is speaking like this authority who went through these things and overcame them and now has the authority to give any sort of advice to others.
I had no crutch to lean on, nothing to help me cope with my emotions that were so overwhelming to me. I was doing okay with this in the beginning, but then I had a major life event in which my husband of 15 years left me.
After you abused him for 15 years. Yeah, I don't know, it just feels like an important detail to add. Not doubting it was a tragic time for Cindy, but definitely need to clear up the perspective here a bit.
Now that I've been in therapy for almost 2 years, I've made so much progress on controlling my BPD, learning to regulate emotions, establishing my own independence, and learning and believing in my own self-worth. I no longer live my life as a victim or let my past traumas define me. And I know that I can let these crutches fall behind me and walk on my own.
Yeah, for sure. I think we're not considering TED and the CBD as crutches right now. Yeah, got it.
Yes, perhaps I am technically trading one crutch for another by going from alcohol to CBD THC, but this is a step I feel will make the transition much easier for me. And I don't think there's any shame in doing that. It's like when you want to quit smoking, which I also want to do, and you have to use the nicotine patches and go down in steps, the different levels of nicotine until you quit.
Perhaps technically, maybe I'm trading one crutch for another, but also you don't have to use nicotine patches when you quit smoking. You could just quit, cold turkey, But whatever, what do I know?
I've always been a believer in plant medicine, and this is no different. When I lost my baby in 2022, I microdosed on mushrooms daily in order to get through that, instead of turning to alcohol or antidepressants or other drugs, and I honestly don't think I would have survived without it.
Oh right, guys, do you remember the herbalism course Cindy started thanks to the money crowdfunded by her loyal audience after Andrew left her, that she said was a way for her to focus on something and her huge passion? The one that was like thousands of dollars? Wonder what happened to that? Also, way to demonize antidepressants. Wouldn't want to rely on those pesky fake chemical things to help your brain chemistry or something. No, plants only. Talking of plants, couldn't you, the great herbalist of the full moon, use the herbs of Arkansas and stuff, since your knowledge is so vast, to help yourself, instead of buying stuff like this? No? No. Okay.
Alright guys, it is about 7 o'clock, later than I wanted to start this journey, but we're about to open this bag of the Feels Gummies and eat 2 of them. I'm gonna eat 2, and Ted's gonna eat 2.
Maybe 4.
No, only 2.
Alright, only 2.
Okay.
Yo, I can't with him. He's like a fucking ADHD 10-year-old boy that runs up to you in the park and starts talking to you, and you wonder where his parents are and feel like you need to protect him, make sure he doesn't hurt himself because he's not very bright, and this is just... Poor Ted. And before I will let you witness the cinematic experience of your lifetime, I wanted to quickly add this.
And I have found something that has really been helping me. I started taking CBD gummies at night. At first, I was skeptical that they would have any effect at all. I honestly thought that CBD was bullshit, a scam, snake oil, or at best just a placebo effect. But since I've been taking it, I have very little desire to drink alcohol anymore.
When Cindy says in the video that she's been taking the gummies and she doesn't really feel like drinking anymore, I really wonder what time frame or which fucking timeline in the multiverse this has been happening in, because these are her vlogs from the past few days and she is drinking in every last one of them, so yeah.
Here's the remains of my dinner. That's all that's left. I devoured those fucking wings. You're smoking and drinking? You fucking degenerate. Great drink, and now we're heading down to the restaurant. Wow, there's drinks to go everywhere.
I just spent 15 minutes talking to the lead singer, and she was incredible, and I'm gonna put the footage in right here for you guys to see.
Okay, y'all, we found that bar that's open on Beale Street.
This is the Absinthe Bar.
The Absinthe Bar.
That's the name of it.
We got a drink? I don't know what's going on in
They
here.
got absinthe, right? We can order it.
They do have absinthe, but I don't think it's the real shit. I don't think it's the wormwood shit.
Absinthe's the highest proof of brand.
It tastes like licorice. What did you think of medieval times? You look like a specter. Baby, I'm putting that in the vlog.
What?
What you just did.
The worm?
Yeah, the worm.
Get another shot.
Okay, no. Drink here and then we're gonna go see the Arch. So y'all, this is the weirdest city I've ever been to. We just left Hooters and we had one drink over there. The bar was closed.
Yeah, on a Friday night at a Hooters in America.
I'm about to take a shot of Jim Beam. We're gonna cook some salmon and eat some cake. And Ted's gonna have a fucking really happy 40th birthday.
I'm here on my birthday, so yeah, happy birthday.
No, I just tripped
So,
over 40.
we've been listening to the Cramps and doing a lot of dancing, and Cindy just fell down badly. Look at, she spilled all the dog food, and like...
Look at my knee.
Look at her knee.
Oh my god. I tripped over Morty. I fucked it up. Alright, I gotta clean this up now. It's alright. We're having a great time. We're listening to Bob Dylan. We're drinking. You drink my drink now. Alright, so here are our steaks, and let's try them. You ready?
Which one's yours?
I don't know which one you want.
Do they have knives?
Yeah, we got knives in here. This cabin is fully stocked. Cocktail line right now. Y'all, we just bought 2 Jack and Diet Cokes. $67 for 2. Got a, let me see, what did you get? The Onyx Moon Doppelbock German Lager. And this is what it looks like. How is it?
Really good.
Is it?
Yeah, they make it right here in the store.
Alright, I'm gonna try the beer, even though I don't like beer. We'll see. It's pretty good. Y'all, we're ending the night at the old whorehouse, so we're gonna have a drink and hang out and watch a funk band at 9:30. And I am having a Jack and Diet Coke for dinner, so I'm already in keto, and usually when I'm already in keto, having one drink with dinner is not gonna throw me out. Well, y'all, I just spilled my $10 drink all over the ground out here. So, yeah, I guess I'm gonna order another one, fuck it. I had to wait to get into the hibachi, y'all, so I am having a Knob Creek and Diet Coke because Ted wanted to get fancy tonight. Guys, it is 4:16 a.m. on what day is it? Sunday?
Big L.
It's 4:16 a.m. Sunday morning. We have been up all night at the casino, and we are getting breakfast at Big L's Diner. And I got eggs and bacon and rye toast, but I'm only gonna eat the eggs and bacon. I swear, I'm staying true to carnivore.
Well, I'll eat the rye toast.
Even though I've been up all night and I'm completely trashed.
Anyway, that's really everything for today this time, so behold and enjoy.